So here we have 2 placentas or fetal membranes from a donkey who has just delivered twins. You can see here, this is the side of the fetal membranes that's been attached to the uterus of the mare, so it's got a velvety appearance to it with all tiny little vascular attachments. And then if you look at this part here, it's more of a thin membrane that doesn't have any vascular attachments. And that size, if you look at this piece, which is the fetal membranes from the second smaller twin, is a very similar size, and this is the area of the uterus that was attached to this placenta, and this section of the placenta of the second foal has not had any vascular attachment, and as a result we've got a fetus that has not had sufficient growing. This smaller placenta obviously also has come from the smaller of the 2 foals and is insufficiently grown and was not delivered alive, but it is a good example of how they've had to share the uterine space, and a big difference between the pregnancy and the fetal membrane of horses and donkeys in comparison to some other species where they rely on placental attachment or fetal membrane attachment over the entirety of the uterine surface. So looking here at the cord now, you can see that we don't have an excessive number of twisting. We're also looking for any signs of vascular congestion in amongst these vessels here. If you compare that to this cord here, so the smaller of the twins, there is a little bit of vascular congestion here. Now, in this case, that is more likely to reflect the fact that the foal was not alive at birth, so the foal had actually died in utero. So we've got some blood clots there. This has not been a functional cord during its last period within the Jenny. This thinner membrane here, this is our amnion, and again we're going to look here. It should be nice and translucent. You should be able to see some sort of spiderweb-like structures in it, but we don't want to see too much congestion. And you can see here in this one, and again this is the fetus that has not survived. You can see quite a bit of congestion there in those blood vessels. Looking now over to this one here, again there is a little bit of congestion in these blood vessels, a little bit of a tortuous appearance, but overall the amnion itself is not too thickened. It's a little bit dirty now, but again there you can see a bit more of this congestion and that sort of discoloration. Some of this again is just because we're sitting in a grassy paddock here with a bit of donkey poop around. But yeah, so you want that to be a nice thin and somewhat translucent membrane there without too much vascular congestion.